Hi, this is Sarah Ramey. The country that I had for the assignment was Germany. So, Germany is located in northeastern Europe. It's one of the largest countries in Europe, and it has a really large variety of landscapes ranging from mountains in the south, plains in the north, hills in the west, and agricultural plains in the east. Some of the border countries include the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Austria, the Czech Republic, and Poland. And it also borders the Baltic Sea and the North Sea. The country is predominantly German, as you can see from this figure of the ethnic composition. Around 90% are German. Next would be Turkish, and then there's a mixture of Italian, Greek, Russian, etc. It is also predominantly Roman Catholic, with about 29% of the population is Roman Catholic. Next is Protestant, about another 20% is Protestant. There's also a 4% Muslim population, and the rest is mostly Orthodox Christian. So there have been a lot of important historical events that have shaped what Germany is like today. One of the main events would be World War I, where Germany lost a lot of territory and was forced to demilitarize. A lot of this tension and bitterness led to World War II, where over 60 million people were killed, including 5 million Germans. It ended when Adolf Hitler committed suicide in April of 1945, and unconditional surrender was declared a few days later. These horrible actions, including the Holocaust, where millions of Jewish people were killed, led to decades of guilt and shaped politics forever in Germany. Today, it is illegal to deny that the Holocaust ever existed, so that's just one example of how it shaped the culture in the country. Next, the Cold War brought a lot of issues to Germany as well. In 1949, the Federal Republic of Germany was founded, and a few months later, the Soviet Union came and occupied East Germany and declared it the German Democratic Republic. So there was political and physical separation with the building of the Berlin Wall, which wasn't torn down until 1989, but this served as the first step towards the reunification of the country. The country is a federal parliamentary republic. The president is Frank-Walter Steinmeier, and the chancellor is Angela Merkel. The role of the president is mostly to sign laws, propose who the chancellor should be, and appoint or fire cabinet members. The chancellor's job is that they're the head of the federal government and the executive branch. The president can serve 2 terms of 5 years, and the chancellor serves a term of 4 years. Basic law is a huge part of German politics, and human rights are outlined in basic law, and most of the human rights are really similar to those that we have in the United States. And when it was written in 1949, men and women were declared equal. However, women were politically and socially repressed, much like women in the US for most of the 20th century. There is not a large representation of women in politics, and as of 2017, there was a 21.6% wage gap. As for the economy, Germany has the largest economy in Europe. Their exports, as you can see from this pie chart, are mostly manufacturing, construction, transportation, information and communication services, and financial services. And you can see from the chart, income equality is pretty significant. They have a big separation of wealth, with the top 1% owning about 30% of the country's wealth. One issue in Germany relating to women is sex slavery and prostitution. The country has a history of sex slavery, and a few years ago, when the World Cup was hosted in Germany, there were major concerns expressed by countries, including the United States, about the danger that women would be in if they attended the World Cup. Prostitution is legal in Germany. However, there have been laws and restrictions coming up more commonly within the past few years. In 2002, a law made it legal for prostitutes to sue for wages and join health and employment programs. There have also been more regulations recently that have involved greater protection for sex workers, and make this is a problem because it makes it more difficult for brothels and prostitutes to make money. So it has caused some problems in that industry. Maternal health is really good in Germany. It was ranked 8th in the world for best countries for mothers, and this was based on health, education, and income of mothers. They have good maternal leave compared to the United States. They have a year paid leave at 67% salary. Still not as good as countries such as Canada and Norway, but respectable. And in 2010, they made a pledge at the Gate Summit to support the Muskoka Initiative on maternal, newborn, and child health, and donated about 400 million euros to maternal care. Education in Germany is really different from the United States. Children start off in elementary school, and then after the 4th grade, they either go to Hauptschule, real school, or gymnasium. The first is an easier paced school, and it's employment oriented. The second leads to part-time or higher level vocational schools, and gymnasium is aimed towards preparing students for higher education. Higher education in Germany is fairly split between men and women. They're about the same number receiving tertiary education. However, there are a significantly higher amount of women getting master's degree, but there's a larger amount of men going for doctoral degrees. There are several organizations supporting women's rights in Germany, such as W20, which focuses on labor market inclusion, financial inclusion, digital inclusion, and strengthening empowerment of women. There's also the National Council of German Women organization, which is a non-governmental organization and focuses on equality in jobs, family, politics, business, and culture for women. There's the KOK, which is another national or non-governmental organization which focuses on human trafficking and other violence for migrant workers. And then there's the Terre de Femme, which focuses on crimes like genital mutilation, honor crimes, domestic violence, women trafficking, and virginity myths, and tries to educate the population on these problems. Despite the prominence of feminism and strong organizations fighting for women's rights in Germany, there are still a lot of inequalities, especially in the workforce. About 60% of women from 15 to 65 work. However, only 30% are holding professional positions. And this could be partly due to the history of women's roles in Germany. Typically, up until the end of the 20th century, women had 3 duties, and it was in the kitchen, the church, and caring for the children. And today, this still holds true in some households. Another reason for women not being as prominent in the workforce could be the declining population in Germany. This has worried the government, and it has caused the government to provide funds to parents, children, and provide job protection for mothers, which these are all good things, but it's encouraging women to leave the workforce to have children. So this could be another reason there are significantly less women holding professional jobs. And here are my sources for all my pictures and information. Thank you.